my albums are autobiographical, so they're all about wherever I'm at in my life at that time. There's never an agenda. There's never like, oh, I need to do a more commercial album, or I need to do a jazzier album, or I need to do a mellower album. It's just like, this is what I need to do right now. Creativity will pass you by if you don't grab it when it's coming. Someone else will get the idea. I have this theory that ideas come down through the ethers, and the people that are paying attention and the people that are willing to respond and catch the idea, they reap the benefits of having manifested that. I think as an artist, you're responsible to being available and listening to your muse. If you don't, it's almost like you're not really an artist. I think true creativity comes with a combination of curiosity and humility. Most artists say that you trust your first instinct. When you're working on something, the path is clear. You make decisions because you know they're the right ones. And when you start second-guessing yourself, that's the time to stop, to take a break and do something else. As an artist, I believe you have to go into the darkness. You have to experience that sense of there's nothing, there's no form, there's no direction, there's nothing to do, there's nothing to lean on, there's nothing to say. The darkness is the most significant part of the creative process, because the longer you can hang out in the darkness, then the more distinct that creative spark is going to be when you finally see it, when it finally comes to you. It's going to be an aha moment of like, oh, there it is. How long can we sustain being in the unknown, in the unformed? It's uncomfortable. I think writer's block really means, hey, I need to go out into nature and declutter my psyche, or I need to nurture myself and make myself stronger, or I need to clear up some business that's distracting me from being really present in the moment. Because when creativity is happening, it's not subtle, it's kind of big. I love being in nature. Nature has a way of inspiring while putting things into perspective and showing you what's essential and what's not. Nature is just unapologetically itself. It doesn't think, oh, it's winter and I'm losing all my leaves, and that's kind of embarrassing. Nature just is completely itself, embraces all the different phases of life, all the different phases of expression, of going inside or coming outside, and it's real. So I love to go into nature. Makes me feel good. The songs pretty much lead themselves. I'm really trying to keep up and take notes and grab as much of them as I can while the current is strong. I do feel very intuitive, and I do know when I'm being intuitive or when I'm just wrestling with concepts in my mind. My whole process is don't think. Creativity is a receptive process. It's not an active doing process. It's a receiving process because all creativity already exists. We, ourselves, each other, the world, the universe is the ultimate manifestation of creativity. We live and breathe creativity. Trust is a big part of the creative process. It's kind of like you've been through a long winter and you're just ready for it to be over. You just have to trust that the spring is coming and those seeds are going to sprout and everything's going to be okay. Authenticity, vulnerability, transparency, sensitivity, owning yourself wherever you are, whether some people might have judgment for it or not, or whether we judge it or not, but just really being true to where we are at that moment, even if it's not pretty. I think that inspires me when I allow myself to do that, and I'm inspired when I see other people do that. So Rapture for this album has two meanings for me. One is of a more personal, intimate nature of falling in love with a human being. Exposing and embracing parts of myself and another person in a very intimate way. That felt very rich and rapturous and kind of swept me away. And then there's the other side of Rapture that's more objective and connected to, I think, a global consciousness of rising out of the mundane and reaching into sort of like a higher level of awareness and consciousness and refinement. I learned to view things in a different way. That seemed much more clear and much more honest and true. And it felt like a spiritual, existential type of rapture. Creativity is everywhere, all the time.